Hello all, 10th of March 2018, you're here with Dan in Essex, UK. So, I've been tagged. So, what I thought I'd do is answer the questions of the tagging. So, why an allotment? Well, I've got several reasons for this. I've got some notes here. I don't normally like to make notes too much of my videos. I like to do them off the cuff, but this occasion I've decided to make some notes. So, the first reason, which is probably the most obvious, is for food production. At the end of the day, we have an allotment because we like to grow food in general. So, whatever it is that I feel like growing, I can grow it down the allotment. And there's other reasons for having an allotment as well. I just like to watch things grow. I mean, it's nice, isn't it, to cultivate something, particularly from a seed, and then you watch it grow into a plant, into a mature plant, and then you get your produce. It's brilliant. And one thing that I have indeed done before is even things like runner beans, where which you save the seed from season to season. And of course, this is very good because it can save you a bit of money, because you're not buying new seeds every year, because you're using the product from the year before. So that's very good, and you can use that to carry on varieties, heirloom varieties. That's particularly useful for. So that's another reason. And another thing is to be in touch with the seasons. Now, of course, the majority of people are in touch with the seasons quite practically, because of course you can feel when it's warm or cold in general. But in the spring, when you get ready to set your seeds, you get ready to get your plants ready to plant, etc. It lets you feel about the warmer weather being on the way. And of course, at the end of the season as well, it makes you think, oh, it's going to get a bit chilly, so I'm going to start to sort of prepare for the winter, sort of close the allotment down. And it can help sort of make you realise, and it can help you appreciate better parts of the season, so better parts of the year, etc. So that's one thing that, another reason I like to have an allotment. And one good thing that I find this particularly satisfying, actually, with regards to food growing, I like to give food to people. For example, if I see a friend or whatever, they come round, or I visit a friend, or a party, or a gathering, barbecue, whatever, you can go, here you go, have some of my sweet corn, have some of my tomatoes. And I think that that can be a very nice part of it, and also a bartering system. For example, if I grow too many marrow plants, I can then swap some with someone else who's got too many, for argument's sake, let's say runner bean plants. So you could switch, and if that person's done excuse me, particularly well with this plant and you haven't, yours didn't come up, or not enough came up, and you've got too much of what you've got, you can exchange, and that's a benefit to me as well. And another thing I find very useful with regards to an allotment, at the end of the day, it's extra space, isn't it? And many people frog in the throat again, many people have a small garden these days, if indeed no garden at all. And I like to have it because it's a very affordable way of getting a bit of extra land. So I think mine is about 90 square metres, and it's, I don't know, 40 quid, £40 a year, something like that. A very good price, really. I mean, if you tried to buy, if indeed you even were offered nowadays a plot of land like that, it costs you a lot more than that. So yeah, it's affordable land that you can grow on, and also it's a nice place to go and relax. And at the end of the day, you wake up one morning and you think, you know what, I'm going to go out to the allotment, I'm going to chill out, I'm going to talk to some people that I know down there, all got a common interest. This person's into allotmenteering, obviously, because that's why they've got an allotment down there. You can talk about a common subject, and you can choose to associate with people that you want to, as opposed to maybe during the week, for whatever reason, one has to associate with people they don't want to. Let's say you're in a job that you don't like, you work in an office or whatever, and there's that person that you're forced to deal with on a daily basis because you're working there. But when you're down the allotment, you can choose who you associate with. So to me, that's another advantage as well. Okay, so why YouTube? Now, this is probably the biggest question, really. Now, I think YouTube is absolutely fantastic in so many ways. Just think, I mean, I'm 33 years old. There's many people viewing the channel who are a lot older than that, and people that are younger as well. And I can remember the time when the internet wasn't around, and I can also remember when the internet was being introduced, when it was the early upstart, if you want to call it that. And I think if you said to someone 30 years, not even that long ago, you can be out in the middle of nowhere, but provided you've got a little hand device like this and an internet connection, a connection to the internet, you can look up and get the answer on many, many things. So let's say you're out in the middle of a field and you like the idea of, yeah, I like, oh, that's a nice flower, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? You can look up, you can say wild flowers that grow in fields, and you probably get a picture of what it is. I mean, just think of the power, the knowledge that can bring, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic. Of course, YouTube has been abused in many ways, of which the majority of things in life can be abused, and YouTube is no exception. But I also remember when one would have to go down the library to get access to information. And of course, libraries are brilliant, and I don't advocate getting rid of them. I think they should. And I think in fact we need more of them. I remember a librarian that I used to know, poor gentleman, is no longer with us, but he used to say that librarians are more or less extinct now because of the internet, but or going extinct. But yeah, just the information at your fingertips, and you can think, how to change a light bulb, how to change a car tyre, how to play the guitar, how to lay flooring. Just there's so much information out there, and I just think that, of course, people have to add to this information if we want it to be there, and I believe that it almost is one of the most powerful things that we've got at our disposal, and the knowledge that can be gleaned from that. And so, why YouTube? I like to add my bit to it. I believe that so many people in the world have so many things that they can offer the world. Maybe you're into knitting, maybe you can build chairs, you can build tables. I believe that the majority of people out there have got something that they can offer to the world, and even people that don't, some people, they still haven't tapped onto their own potential, and a lot of it is within the realms of possibility and self-learning, because self-learning is such a strong thing. The potential is magnificent now, whereas before it was much harder to get the information. Maybe you didn't know where to get it from, you couldn't afford it, it took you an hour to get to somewhere where you could get it, whereas now it's there, and you can build on that. Like you build a house, you start from the bottom and work up. So many things out there that one can learn, and a lot of it is because of YouTube. So believe in yourself, and if you have something you think is of value, bomb it up on YouTube. The monetization thing that's happened now, where smaller channels can't make any money. Don't worry about it. You don't know where that channel is going to go. You might help somebody. You might be able to connect with someone that can help you. You might be able to help them. Even if you help one person, you've helped someone. There is just so much. Now, I can't film long videos on this phone at the moment, so this is going to be one part of a series, alright? Speak soon.